Welcome to the next video in the series where we show you the most efficient ways to perform any exercise so you can maximize your time in the gym. Dips have stood the test of time as a staple exercise, and although I don't do them often, I'm going to show you the best way you can do them, even if these have given you shoulder issues in the past. Start off by holding onto stable parallel bars on either side of you, ideally a little wider than shoulder width apart. You want to keep your head and neck in a fairly neutral position, and if you don't feel comfortable with the movement or just starting off, you can look slightly down and see what you're doing during the exercise. Make sure your wrists are straight, giving you the best pressing leverages. If your wrists are too flexed or too extended, the joints are not lined up and your wrist extensors or flexors have to work overtime when performing the exercise, taking tension away from the pecs and triceps. Your torso will slightly dip during the exercise, or stay upright. It depends on what muscles you're trying to hit. For the chest, lean forward throughout the movement, keeping the body and thighs in one line. For the triceps, you want to stay upright to prevent more of the stretch on the pecs and put more load on the triceps. Bend your knees and cross your ankles, keeping a tight core and glutes to stabilize your body throughout the movement. When lowering into the dip, keep your forearms perpendicular to the ground. If your forearms go too far forward, it can be very difficult to control, as now your biceps and other muscles have to act to bring your body back up, and you'll get far fewer reps like this. If your forearms go too far back, this will increase the stretch and load on the triceps, which isn't a bad thing, but it also will make the movement much harder to do coming back up and isn't the best leverage to push from. Besides, you can always bias the triceps more with an upright position and get more reps with a straight forearm. The lower you go into the movement, the more of a stretch and stimulus you will put on the pecs and triceps. Although I preach to get the most stretch possible, some people are different from others, including histories of injury. I'm sure most of you can work up to going very low. Now note that this can be a very awkward position to push from, and there are other exercises where it is safer to stop the set in a very stretched position, such as the dumbbell bench press or pec flies. So my advice would be to ease into going lower and stopping once you feel a comfortable stretch in which you can push from to the start without injury. Obviously, if you have any shoulder issues, use caution with dips, as I will not be liable for any injuries you sustain from the advice in this video or any other video I produce. For that reason, I like to work in the 10 to 15 rep range for 2 to 4 sets, stopping 1 to 2 reps shy of failure. Working in at least 10 reps limits the unnecessary strain and stress on the joints, and I don't believe dips should be your main pec exercise, as there are plenty of other options that stretch out the pecs more efficiently, such as bench press, flies, and etc. So that's why I like to do 2 to 4 sets max. As you get better at dips and you can do them for 15 reps, you can add weight, starting at around 5 to 10% of your body weight and going from there. If you have any questions about the dip, leave a comment below and I'll do my best to answer you. Click like and subscribe if you found this video helpful, and I'll see you in the next one.